So whether you're new to cryptocurrency and you're excited and ready to buy, or if you've been procrastinating this decision for a while, but you're finally ready to take that plunge, you've definitely made it to the right place because in this video, we're gonna cover the top 5 things that you absolutely need to do before investing into cryptocurrency so that you can get off to a good start, you can sleep well at night, and manage your crypto assets like a boss. Coming up. Hey, what's up? It's John from Cheddar, the social network of crypto, and welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a lot of cryptocurrency reviews as well as tips and strategy videos similar to this one, so if you're new here, consider subscribing. And in this video, we're going to be talking about a few products and services and some information that you might want to reference. So at any point during the video, go ahead and check the YouTube description down below in the show notes, and we'll list out links and references there. So without further ado, let's hop right in. So I've been knee-deep in the cryptocurrency market since 2014, so going on 5 years now. And I've definitely made my fair share of mistakes along the way, especially in the early days. And I've been able to use those learnings and lessons to help my friends and family get off to a better start than I did. And my number one piece of advice to all of them is, it's going to sound obvious, but learn the basics of cryptocurrency. Educating yourself about cryptocurrency is definitely the most important thing you could do to set yourself up for success, because for generations we're used to storing our wealth in banks, and it's someone else's responsibility to safeguard and protect our money. But with cryptocurrency, that's flipped entirely around. You are in control of your own money. And if you happen to lose access to your wallet, or if you send your coins to a dead end or to the wrong person, there's no help desk or support center that you could call up and try to reverse a transaction. That doesn't exist with cryptocurrency. So it's paramount that you take security very seriously at the onset and understand how these systems work. You see, for a lot of the cryptocurrency projects out there, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's actually no company, there's no CEO, there are no shares. Instead, these are decentralized peer-to-peer systems that operate much less like a company and a lot more like the internet, where no one actually owns it or controls it. And I'm not going to go through all of the ins and outs of how cryptocurrency works and what is blockchain technology in this video, but I will leave links in the show notes in the YouTube description down below so you could check out those resources. And if you'd like me to make a more general kind of concept video about how these things work, then leave a comment down below. And that brings me to tip number 2, which is to trust nobody and to do your own research. You see, just like the internet was in the 90s, cryptocurrency today isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Let me tell you, there's a lot of pump and dump schemes out there. There's scammers that will try to swindle you for your money if you're not careful, even on platforms like Twitter. It's kind of crazy. There's shills out there that are promoting, these projects that they don't really believe in. They're just trying to make you be the greater fool. So you can't trust anyone, not even me. And if someone's trying to tell you that, this is the next hottest coin that you have to invest in, you should really think about, what are their motives and why would they be saying that? And, if it's someone that's just on the internet saying this, chances are there might be something up there. But, if it's a friend or a family member, then, there's less of a chance that they're trying to trick you into something. However, that doesn't mean necessarily that it's good advice. You definitely need to do your own research and not take anyone else's word for it. And this is why my team and I are so passionate about building Cheddar, the social network of cryptocurrency, so that it's a one-stop shop for you to be able to research objective information about any cryptocurrency or crypto app that you might be interested in. So I'm actually going to open up the Cheddar app real quick just to give you a quick demo of some of the important things that you'll want to do on here. And we could take Bitcoin and Ethereum as examples again, as let's say it's the potential investment that we're looking at. And if you were considering investing in either of these coins, it would definitely be helpful to understand the problem that each of them is trying to solve and, figure out, is it a small problem with a small market, or is it a big problem, with a big addressable market? And the best cryptocurrencies out there are the ones that solve these giant hair on fire problems, as they call it, in the startup world. And good news, we can see here that Bitcoin and Ethereum are both doing that. Now, you'll also want to know, how has the price been performing over the last month, 6 months, year, 2 years? So you can think about how you want to time your entry into the market. And you'll definitely want to follow the coin to check the news and reviews to get a sense of what the general market sentiment is toward that coin and to figure out, is it being worked on? And if so, by who? Are they no names in the industry, or do they have some serious street cred? Is the project evolving? Is it getting better, faster, cheaper, more easier to use, more scalable? These are very important things. And if you see that the price is going up, but there doesn't seem to be too much progress, then, that's probably a red flag. But if you see that the price is staying flat or even declining, but there seems to be just massive progress being made on that project, then hey, that could be a really good sign that it's a good time to get involved. Now, before we get that far, you're definitely going to want to take a look at the economics behind the coin in question that you're doing research on. For example, how many coins are in active circulation for that currency? Is the overall supply of coins, is it capped and limited to a fixed number, or is there inflation built into it on a yearly basis? And the answers to these questions varies greatly from coin to coin. So it's very important that you understand the supply and the demand kind of economics behind it. Now, one of the coolest parts of the Cheddar app is this comparison feature. And if we go ahead and compare Bitcoin and Ethereum side by side, we can see that Bitcoin currently has around 17.5 million coins in active circulation at the time of this recording. And the supply is actually capped at 21 million, meaning there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins in existence. Now, when we look at Ethereum, there's currently over 100 million Ether in active circulation, so roughly 5 times the maximum supply of Bitcoin. And on top of that, there's actually an annual inflation of about 18 million Ether per year as well. So with this information alone, we can now start to, piece together some of the reasons why Ether is trading at about $100 right now, whereas 1 Bitcoin is going for about $3,500. So partly this is because there's such a big supply difference between these two projects. So again, if someone is telling you that this coin is the next hottest thing and it's going straight to $10, but then when you actually do the research on it, you find out that there's 1 trillion coins in circulation, chances are it's not going to $10, at least anytime soon. And there's a lot of really other cool features on the Cheddar app that you can use to do your coin research. I won't go into all of them in this video, but I will include links in the YouTube show notes down below, so you could download the app on iOS or Android, or check out our website, do your own research, and hey, make smarter investment decisions. So tip number 3 is to only invest what you can afford to lose. I literally mean every dollar that you invest into cryptocurrency, do so with the understanding that it could all go to zero overnight. Because at the end of the day, cryptocurrencies are programs, it's software, and software is built using code that comes from humans, and we're not perfect, and code has bugs. And it's possible that a bug could get discovered that leads to a black swan event that could wipe out your entire cryptocurrency investment overnight. And aside from just bugs, I mean, there's the risk of a 51% attack on the network, or the fear of quantum computing, and there's user errors, like if you put your coins on an exchange and that exchange gets hacked and the funds get stolen, or if you accidentally send your coins to an invalid address. I mean, the list goes on and on. Cryptocurrency has only been around as an industry for about 10 years now, so we're all kind of learning on the fly how to do it. And it's very much so an experiment. It's early days, so make sure you're treating it as such and that you only invest what you can afford to lose. Tip number 4 is to have a plan and to stick to it. Let's say you buy Bitcoin at 3,500 US dollars today, but let's say it then sinks to 2,500 tomorrow and then 1,000 the day after that. What's your plan? Are you gonna hold on to it? Are you gonna sell it and cut your losses? Are you gonna buy more? Could you imagine the panic you'd be feeling if you didn't think this through ahead of time? And even on the flip side, let's say, so you buy at 3,500 today, but then it goes up to 4,000 and then 5,000 the day after that. What's your plan then? Are you gonna take profits? Are you gonna stay in the market? You gotta think these things through. So, some of the things you gotta have in mind are, 1, what is your strategy for entering the market? Are you gonna put a lump sum down at a certain price? If, let's say Bitcoin goes to 3,300, that's my buy-in price. Or are you going to take maybe the other approach called dollar cost averaging, where rather than doing a lump sum investment, what you do is you take your budget and you chop it up into pieces. And over the course of time, whether it be weeks, months, even years, you slowly apply that budget into the market. So rather than buying at a certain price and kind of being locked in, you're buying kind of all of the prices regardless of how the market is performing. Now, number 2 is deciding, is this a short-term investment or is this a longer-term investment? Say 3 to 5 years. And that's what I personally recommend, because the cryptocurrency markets are so extremely volatile in the short term that, if you were to buy Bitcoin today at 3,500 US dollars, what if it hit a 6-month downturn literally the day after you bought it? And honestly, I feel like everyone feels like that's the case when they first get involved in crypto. It's just kind of the rite of passage, it feels like. And if you have a long enough time horizon on this investment of 3 to 5 years, chances are you can escape that short-term volatility. And if it trends up and to the right, then hopefully your future value of your investment is much larger than the initial investment that you'd be making today. Now, if this is a shorter term investment for you, then in sub-tip number 3 here, you're definitely going to want to set your stop losses and your limit orders on whatever cryptocurrency exchange or mobile app that you're using to buy your crypto and to make trades. Because again, if you were to buy today at 3,500, you need to know if it sinks to 3,000 tomorrow, that might be the price where you're going to want to pull your money out and to preserve your capital and essentially, cut your losses. And on the flip side, if it goes up to 4,500, maybe that ticks the objective that you set for yourself. That could be the profit margin that you're after. So you have to know these things ahead of time, set your orders, and trust me, by doing this, by having a plan and sticking to it, you're going to be able to sleep so much better at night. You're not going to be glued to your phone all day checking charts and prices, and you'll be able to conserve a lot more of your valuable brain juice. And finally, tip number 5 is to get a hardware wallet. You see, in order to own cryptocurrency, you have to store your coins on what's called a digital wallet. And these wallets come in many shapes and sizes. So there's Coinbase, for example, which is a service that will host the wallet for you. There's apps that you could download and run yourself on a desktop or a laptop computer. And then there's these physical, what look like USB sticks. These are hardware wallets, and they're designed with the sole purpose of safeguarding and protecting your crypto assets. And my general recommendation is that if you own or you intend to own about $1,000 worth or more of cryptocurrency, then it makes sense to invest in a hardware wallet such as the Trezor or the Ledger Nano X or a KeepKey. And most of these hardware wallets you can snag for about $100 or less, so it definitely makes sense and it's not going to break the bank. And I'll link those up all in the YouTube description down below so you can go ahead and check them out. Question of the day: which coin or coins are you most interested in buying and why? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one.